My name is Joe Mena. I'm the Chief Engraver of the United States Mint. The coin is one of a set of three, a clad, a silver, and a gold. All of these coins depict the metal itself, which is historically bestowed to some of our greatest military heroes. The design that I sculpted was by veteran designer and former engraver, USMINT engraver Donna Weaver. When I joined the Mint 16 years ago, she's one of the first people to teach me the ropes. I owe her a perpetual debt of gratitude. So anytime I get the opportunity to sculpt Donna's coins, Donna's now part of the Artistic Infusion program, it's always a great honor.
I also sculpted the Gold Reverse for the National Purple Heart Hall of Honor Commemorative Coin Program. It's a unique coin. George Washington gave out the very first Purple Heart. It was a patch that he gave to a handful of the individuals that were under his command. It is depicted on the reverse. It is centered. It has stitching around it. But the really unique thing about the reverse is George Washington's signature. When I looked at it, I thought it was just some kind of foreign language. But finding out that it is George Washington's signature, it sets up on a banner in the center that has some texture behind it, that has a little smoothed out area where his signature is, and it kind of gives you that little aura, the idea that there was greatness in it, and its origins, are derived from.
I sculpted the silver Obverse for the National Purple Heart Hall of Honor Commemorative Coin Program. In this design depicts the Purple Heart itself, and we were fortunate enough at the Mint to actually have some of these assets on hand. While sculpting the design, it was helpful to tumble that around in hand and look at it even at a low profile to see descriptively how the shape of the metal needed to show up in low relief. Getting the details of the Washington portrait versus what was drawn in the drawing, it's helpful to have the actual asset in hand so that you could see how those details really do translate in metal. And I respect those members that received the Purple Heart.
It was a great honor to be trusted with the sculpt on the National Purple Heart Hall of Honor Silver Dollar Reverse. This design depicts a woman in a World War I helmet, and she's bandaging a wounded soldier on a stretcher. This is easily one of the most favorite pieces that I've sculpted, and that's primarily because of the challenge in the piece is its emotive qualities. And that challenge for the sculpt is to communicate the emotions of the design into the final sculpture so that carries over to the viewer. I sculpted the National Purple Heart Hall of Honor clad $50 Obverse. This design depicts a soldier on crutches with part of his leg missing in front of a waving flag and, of course, the Purple Heart. The challenge with this piece is, one, to sculpt the Purple Heart accurately, and is to communicate the intensity of the moment through the positive and negative aspects within the sculpture.
I've sculpted the Clad Reverse for the National Purple Heart Hall of Honor Commemorative Coin Program. Some of the unique things about the clad is the heights of relief that we're actually constrained to. We actually are able to use some of the design aspects in our favor to actually make them pop off the coin per se. The negative space in the clad program is one of those areas in this particular program with the father holding the son's shoulder and seeing the anguish in the son as he walks with his father's Marine cap are some of the things that really, struck me when sculpting this coin.